17 ways to get more views on YouTube. 1. Use bogey thumbnails. It's no secret that your video thumbnail is huge. In fact, according to YouTube, 9 out of 10 of the most viewed videos on YouTube use a custom thumbnail. The question is, how do you create a thumbnail that stands out to YouTube users? Bogey thumbnails. Bogey thumbnails are thumbnails that use these 4 colors: blue, orange, green, yellow. Why is this important? Well, if you look around YouTube, you'll notice that the site is mostly red, black, and white. And if your thumbnail also uses red, black, and white, your video will blend in. But when you use bogey thumbnails, your videos stand out and grab attention. For example, I use a lot of green, along with other non-YouTube colors, in my thumbnails. This is partly for branding reasons. Green is the main color for my blog and YouTube channel. But it's also to help my videos stand out on a YouTube platform. How about another example? 5-Minute Crafts, which has over 74 million subscribers, uses lots of blue and yellow in most of their thumbnails. Of course, you can use a little bit of red, white, and black in your thumbnail. You just don't want to make them your main thumbnail color. But 80% plus of that thumbnail is green. And now it's time for 2. Copy this proven video description template. YouTube has confirmed that your video descriptions let YouTube's algorithms know what your videos are all about. With that, I have some good news. I recently developed a YouTube description template that works great. Now I'll break down each section in detail. First, you have the strong intro. The first few lines of your description are super important. Specifically, you want to include your target keyword once in the first 1 to 2 sentences. That's because YouTube puts more weight on keywords early on in your description. So make sure to mention your target keyword at the beginning of your description. You also want to sell your video. Why? The first few lines of your description show up in YouTube search. And if that snippet is super compelling, more people will click on your result. Plus, some people even read your description after they land on your video page. So it's important that the content above, "show more," really sells your video. Next, you have the 150-word outline. All you need to do here is outline what someone will learn from your video. Don't be afraid to get into the nitty-gritty details here. In fact, I recommend writing at least 150 words. And make sure to use keywords that you want your video to rank for. That way, YouTube can fully understand your video content. It's 233 total words. And that thorough description has helped my video rack up 496,297 views to date. Finally, you have your description links. I actually got this tip from YouTube themselves. The goal here is to send people to your website and social media channels. I'm most active on Twitter, so I only include a link to my Twitter profile. But there's nothing wrong with linking to several different sites that you're active on. And if you want to get more subscribers, I recommend adding a call to action to subscribe here too. This leads us to 3. Boost your video title CTR. Your title is a big part of your video success. In fact, YouTube's internal data has confirmed that your title can make or break your entire video. With that, here's exactly how to write video titles that get tons of clicks. First, add brackets and parentheses to the end of your title. An industry study by HubSpot found that adding brackets to a title increased clicks by 33%. To be fair, this study looked at blog post titles. But I found that the same rule applies to YouTube videos. And that new checklist at the end of my title is a big part of that video's success. Next, use a number in your title. This number can be the number of tips or strategies you're going to cover, the current year, number of steps in a how-to video, the amount of weight someone lost or lifted, or pretty much any number that makes sense for your video. My original title was just Advanced Keyword Research Tutorial. That title is pretty flat. So I decided to add 5-step blueprint to the end of my title. This has helped that video rack up over 289K views so far. Finally, use titles that are between 40 to 50 characters. A study by Justin Briggs discovered that videos with titles fewer than 50 characters ranked best in YouTube search. 4. Get more suggested video views. Over the last few years, I've studied dozens of YouTube channels. And I've noticed one consistent pattern. Successful channels get lots of views from suggested video. As a reminder, suggested videos are related videos that YouTube promotes next to the video you're watching. And as it turns out, suggested video can bring in more views than YouTube search. For example, my channel gets 34.8% of its views from SEO. And 38.2% from suggested video. So, how can you get more views from suggested video? Use the same tags as your competitors. In fact, YouTube has stated that they use your video content metadata, like your title, description, and tags, for suggested video rankings. So when your tags match the tags in a popular video, you have a good chance of showing up next to that video. Speaking of tags. 5. Use the MVC formula for video tags. You already know that tags are important for video SEO. That's because YouTube uses tags to understand your video's topic. In fact, when we analyzed 1+ million YouTube videos, we found that YouTube video tags correlated with rankings. Question is, how do you use tags the right way? The MVC formula. The MVC stands for main keyword, variations, and category. I'll break this down with a real-life example. First, you have main keyword. This is self-explanatory. You want to use your main keyword as your first or second tag. Next, we've got variations. Here's where you sprinkle in a few variations of your main keyword. Finally, include 1 to 2 tags that describe your video's overall category. These broad keywords are designed to help YouTube understand your video's overall topic and category. For example, in my video, I included 3 broad tags: SEO, online marketing, and digital marketing. 6. Share videos on Quora, Reddit, and forums. Online communities are great places to promote your YouTube videos. That's because people in these communities have burning questions. Questions that your video can answer. Well, if you had a video that talked about frozen paleo meals, you could link to it in that thread. In fact, I used this exact approach to promote one of my videos on Quora, which helped my brand new video get a handful of high-quality views. 7. Rank your videos in Google search. Ranking your videos in Google can lead to lots of extra views. In fact, Google sends my channel 8,396 views per month. So, how do you get your videos to show up on Google? Well, it's not all about ranking #1 on YouTube. In fact, a study by Stone Temple Consulting found that 55.2% of YouTube videos ranking in Google were different than the top videos ranking in YouTube's search results. For example, if you search for advanced knitting tips on YouTube, these videos are shown at the top. But when you search for that same keyword in Google, 2 out of 3 videos are nowhere to be found. With that, here's how to boost your video's chances of ranking in Google. First, say your keyword out loud in your video. And I made sure to actually say the exact phrase "rank #1 in Google" 5 times in that video. This is one of the main reasons it ranks in the top for that term. Second, upload a transcript, closed captions, of your video to YouTube. That way, Google can understand 100% of the content in your video. Sure enough, I made sure to get a professional transcription from my SEO tutorial video. When it comes to the YouTube algorithm, the number of views your video has is important. But they also want to see that people engage with your video. In fact, I conducted a YouTube search engine ranking factors study. And we found a significant correlation between ranking in YouTube and user engagement. All correlated with rankings in YouTube search. What's the best way to get more engagement on your videos? It's simple, ask people to engage with your video. At the end of my video, I ask people to leave a comment and subscribe. 9. Improve your channel's session time. Audience retention. Important. Watch time. Very important. But neither of these 2 metrics are as important as session time. So if someone watches your video and then leaves YouTube, that's going to hurt your channel's session time. But if that person stays on YouTube, your session time is going to increase. And the best way to improve your session time? Promote your best videos on your channel page. That way, you're showing people videos that will keep them watching. For example, I show off my best videos at the top of my channel page, inside of playlists. As it turns out, there's another easy way to boost your session time. This leads us to